We lived on 28th and Jasmine. 28th and Jasmine. The street has significance because it was the background of many firsts in my life. First time I couldn't take my eyes off of a girl, her name, Tiffany Roth, from 28th and Jasmine. I started kicking it with the homies on 28th and Jasmine. I represented the Bloods in the way I talked, the way I walked, how I dressed, all this on 28th and Jasmine. I never even held a gun before, but one day I gave this guy who smoked crack three $20 crack rocks for a .45 caliber handgun in the middle of the street. That street, 28th and Jasmine. I was not a killer, but I was a people pleaser. I never felt a desire to hurt anyone, but I had an overwhelming desire to be liked and to be accepted by those who I considered cool. I was in the car with three older Bloods. We were dropping girls off at their house on the side of the city where the Crips call their side. Many things happened that day, mostly people pleasing with a gun and trying to be accepted, resulting in death. I was sentenced to 40 calendar years in prison, sentenced to sit for 40 years and contemplate life. The life that I caused to end by and through reckless, universal malice, and my own life that I caused to become incarcerated. They say when you have fallen all the way down, one of the things you can't help doing is looking up. So I looked up. I made my mind look up by reading every day. I made my soul look up by praying, and I made my body look up by weight training and calisthenics. I decided to change the definition of myself while I was incarcerated. Instead of being selfish and impulsive, I cultivated my God-given soil enriched with charity for my fellow inmates, education for the illiterate, basic necessities for the indigent, and think tanks and group discussions on the best way to become better human beings. Human beings who don't separate themselves from each other based on street geographics. Human beings who practice rational behavior as opposed to being emotional reactionaries. I petitioned the outgoing governor for a reduction in my sentence based on the good work I was doing in prison. In 2011, I was granted that reduction. I was given a second chance. 1 year and 9 months after being released from prison, my brother from another mother, Mr. Hassan Abdul Latif, asked me to come work for his nonprofit organization as a case manager. The name of that organization? The Second Chance Center. An organization that helps formerly incarcerated men and women and high school dropouts transition into lives of fulfillment. We, within this collective neighborhood soul, need the voices of our ancestors to teach young men self-respect, honor, pride, humility, chivalry, and consideration. And young women need a reminder that they are descendants of Eve, of Mary, Khadijah, Nefertiti, Harriet Tubman, and Mother Teresa. I am not only committed to being the voice to remind them of this, I am also committed to living the kind of life that is an example to our young people, and living in a manner that is a reflection of the thankfulness that I have for the freedom and the liberation that was bestowed upon me. And oh yeah, I came home and married that girl that I couldn't take my eyes off.